Hey guys, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss Murder House, American Horror Story Murder House, Season 1 of American Horror Story. If you don't know what American Horror Story is, you've been living under a rock or in the woods for 8 years. It's been out since 2010. The concept of the series is each season is a new story and all the stories are combined. So we actually do see certain characters from one season interact with other characters in another. So the same universe, like a Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the Conjuring Universe, or the DC Extended Universe. American Horror Story is its own universe, okay? So we have amazing characters throughout, but specifically we're going to talk about Murder House, Season 1 Murder House, starring, this is a list, let's see if I can get everyone's names. I'm going to miss a few and I apologize in advance. Connie Britton, Dylan McDermott, Evan Peters, Evan Peters is amazing, Francis Conrad, Lily Rabb, Sarah Paulson, Jessica Lange, Zachary Quinto, and some other people thrown in the mix. Concept of season 1 is that anyone who dies on this particular house, this property, stays a ghost forever, can't leave. It's called Murder House. In 1924, 28, one of those things, Dr. Charles Montgomery was a doctor to the stars, and his wife Nora Montgomery moved from New York. They were East Coast socialites, built this house in very, 20s-ish styles, original Tiffany lamps, etc., etc. Charles became a drug addict on ether, and he started to see patients that Nora would bring in of girls who were pregnant at the time. Instead of having, coat hanger abortions, they would see Dr. Montgomery. He would break the uterus, remove either the blood of the cells, the kidney bean size, whatever the size of the fetus was, etc. One of the boyfriends of the women who Dr. Montgomery actually did the surgery to found out, stole the Montgomery's child, and then sent the child back, Thaddeus back, dismembered. Charles therefore did some kind of surgery mixed with some voodoo, which isn't actually explained, but we're all just assuming. The power of the house brought this creature to life, and he created this Frankenstein baby who has therefore been tormenting and haunting the house ever since, specifically in the basement. Jessica Lange's character moved into the house after a bunch of nurses were killed in the 70s, or 60s, excuse me. Jessica Lange's son, Tate, is played by Evan Peters. And Tate shoots up his school in 1994 after he sets his mom's boyfriend on fire, causing more death, and then he gets, killed by a SWAT team in his room, which then becomes Violet's room after Zachary Quinto and his boyfriend Chad move in, and Zachary Quinto plays Chad, I'm sorry. There's a lot of characters, there's a lot of history within this 13 episode bit from the 1920s up until 2010 when this is actually taking place. So Evan Peters as a ghost, Tate is falling in love with this girl Violet. Oh, Taza Farmiga, that's the other. I knew I was going to forget someone. Taza plays a great character as Violet. Her and her parents moved from, where the hell they moved from? Michigan, I think, somewhere snowy, to restart a life because Violet's father was caught cheating, and there was a whole problem with him being a father to someone else, and etc. I'm sorry, allergies are killing me. I'm not adjusting well to this Long Island weather again. The LA dry air and heat was just beautiful, and my body has been slowly killing itself with this humidity and pollen everywhere, and these damn zebra mosquitoes that just eat everything, and I hate them. I can't stand them. Off topic. Oh, I'm sorry. Sarah Paulson's character is a medium in this as well. She interacts with Jessica Lange for quite some time. What was interesting, knowing this now, is that season 6 was American Horror Story Roanoke, about the village village of Roanoke in North Carolina, where all of those settlers just disappeared and have been haunting ever since. They did a full season on that, which we'll talk about. I didn't like it at first, but we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll like it watching it the second time. But Sarah Paulson's character as Billy, the medium, discusses Roanoke in one of the episodes for a good 3 minutes. There's a steady monologue about Roanoke and how if enough people are haunting, certain energies can just stay, and that's why nobody can leave that house and stuff like that. And it was a great example, but they show actual Roanoke stuff. So it was cool then having a season based off of Roanoke because it was mentioned in season 1, which a lot of people didn't know prior to watching season 6 Roanoke, because everyone was like, oh my god, this season's awful. Kathy Bates is the Butcher, but Kathy Bates is the Butcher was actually awesome. And I love Evan Peters' character as that Duke or Count or whatever in season 6. I'm jumping too far in advance, I'm so sorry. So, back to Murder House. Violet unintentionally kills herself by overdosing on pills. Evan finds her, Evan Peters' character, Tate, finds her, tells her the truth that she's a ghost, then her whole family winds up dead, and they keep haunting whoever comes into the house after because they don't want anyone to come upon the house. Because Tate, Evan Peters' character, wearing the Rubberman suit, raped Violet's mother, who is played by Connie Britton, and therefore one of flesh, one of spirit, created the Antichrist. And then Connie dies in childbirth to the Antichrist, who Jessica Lange takes as her grandson, because technically it is, even though it's half spirit baby, grandson Michael as the Antichrist. And the season ends with Michael killing the babysitter, nanny if you will, at age 3. And that's what season 8 is all about. It's the apocalypse. Michael is bringing the apocalypse to everyone. Season 8 is about Murder House and Coven, which is season 3, combining into one season. So everyone has been waiting for this for a long time because they announced it a while ago. And then there's a 9th season and a 10th season after that, ending in 2020. So we're all very confused and excited at the same time. Because how are you going to further the story if the world has actually ended? But then again, season 4, which was Freak Show, took place in the 50s. So it's, and Asylum, which is season 2, which we'll talk about after I finish rewatching it, is all about, oh crap, what decade was that? 70s? 60s? One of those. So it's possible 9 and 10 can be another one of those, older decade ones. We didn't really have an 80s decade. I mean, we had Hotel, which was season 5, which introduced some characters from the 80s as ghosts, but not specifically a murder set 80s season, which could be pretty cool because that's when horror villains were the thing. Freddy and Jason and Michael, Leatherface, Chucky, Candyman, Pumpkinhead, Hellraiser. I said Pinhead? Oh, Pinhead's in Hellraiser. Duh. Gremlins counts. It's one of those, this is one of those shows where you start it, you're invested in it, and you're going to memorize everything, you're going to see who did what when, and who said what where, and who's related to who, and who's sleeping with who, and who's killing who, and why, and who, what, where, when, why, and how. It all comes together. I just went on various tangents that those of you who are fans of this show and who are familiar with Murder House know exactly what I just said with all these characters referenced. I summarized very quickly. And it's only 13 episodes long, this first season, so a lot happened. A lot happened. So, what did you think of season 1 of American Horror Story, Murder House? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you excited for season 8? Let's not discuss the other seasons yet, kind of. Even though I kind of touched base on some, but let's try to do it as we go, alright? That is it. Mucho mahalo, guys.